That's a great question and sort of comes up every time we talk to any of our customers. And I think it's all starts with preparation and planning. I think that's the place where people don't spend as much time. And most failures that we see stem from mismanaged expectations and lack of preparedness by organizations. So if you sort of double click on that, it starts with having a clear account selection strategy. So knowing which accounts we want to go after. Are we doing the one-to-one strategy, one-to-few strategy, one-to-many strategy? Very important. Next, sort of making sure we take the time to understand who our ideal customer persona is, who are the buying teams that we want to go after. This is an area people skim a lot. They'll say, hey, I want to go after global 2000 companies, and I just care about the business decision maker or the IT decision maker. That's too general. You need to spend the time to build this foundation properly. Another area we see where things kind of fail is having clear expectations of outcomes and timelines. We all know ABM is not something that you can start and stop. It's not an ad campaign. It's really a marathon and not a sprint. So you'll start seeing outcomes as you start doing things. You'll start seeing good results. But to get real rewards, you have to invest and stay in it for the long game. Also, I think when most companies implement ABM, traditionally it used to be really ABM via email. Then all the intent platforms started coming out. So people started putting in an intent layer. So you had email with some intent built in. Now some companies are going forth and doing some programmatic ads targeting people that they're seeing in intent. That's all cool and it's a great start, but to be truly effective, I think you have to have a strategy that believes in or tries to strive for having an integrated, data-driven, and omni-channel view. You have to start with being where your prospects are. You have to do the research. You have to understand them to get it right. And then ABM does not really work for all product types. That's another super important thing to understand. Unless your product has got a complex sales cycle, requires touching a lot of different people, and is high dollar, you probably don't want to do it. And wrapping it all up, I think as we touched base on it earlier, it is a long-term strategy. It needs commitment from sales, from marketing, from leadership, as well as execution folks. And so commitment and sustained change management is something that has to be there for it to be successful. I think it starts with having a North Star. And North Star to me is if we can aspire to have a vision of delivering a unified omni-channel engagement and conversation with our prospects, wherever they are, it's awesome. It's about understanding who our prospects are and talking with them, not talking to them. It's about building sustained relationships and creating enthusiasts from prospects rather than beating our chest all the time, which is what we're used to doing. And finally, I think it's about making it easy for our prospects to engage with us and engage with our content, engage with our people, and making them feel comfortable rather than having them feel you are very overly aggressive. On the back end, I think it is also important to know that it only works if your marketing and sales technologies are connected, that your data is flowing seamlessly in both directions, that you're able to glean insights and see what's going on based on all the latest data you're collecting. Your marketing organization naturally needs to know who they're targeting. And based on who they're targeting, they need to build a strategy to be where your prospects are. In today's day and age, where everyone is doing research outside and doing that in a self-service way, they don't come to you until they're ready to make a decision. So making sure you are where they are becomes extremely important. And then lastly, I would say sort of aspiring to connect the dots across all your different activities you're doing from an account-based marketing perspective so that you can have account dossiers, you can have prospect dossiers for your customers or for your salespeople so they can derive what the next best action is the Holy Grail.